Samsung had showcased both the smartphones that are going to come to the Indian market very soon, the Samsung Galaxy S10 Lite and the Samsung Galaxy A71. Though there might be quite a price difference between the two phones because the Galaxy S10 Lite is going to come with the flagship chipset, it's not going to be a huge difference, and that is why there's a reason to be confused about which phone to consider. Of course, we are not talking about the Note 10 Lite, which is also another option, but we are going to compare these two phones based on the specifications and based on my thoughts after I checked out the phones at the Samsung booth at CES 2020. So starting with the design itself, it's going to be a glass back on the S10 Lite, giving it the premium feel, and also it's a bit heavier because of the glass. It's at 186 grams compared to the 179 grams weight of the Samsung Galaxy A71, which has a plastic black back. So it's not a plastic or a glass, it's actually a plastic, but it gives a feel like a glass, which is what Samsung is calling as a glasstic. So it's not a glass in the end. So that's where the premium feel of the Galaxy S10 is going to be. S10 Lite is going to be better than the Galaxy A71, but otherwise they are going to look almost the same. Both the phones are not much difference with the look. Now with the front, the display is again the same with the size 6.7 inch, and also the resolution is the same 1080 to 2340 pixels, but the technology of the display is different. So it's Super AMOLED on the Galaxy A71, but the S10 Lite has chosen to come with the Super AMOLED Plus, which was seen back in the Galaxy S2 and a few phones after that. It's a thinner kind of an AMOLED display. I'm not really sure how it changes the way the display looks. It actually looked the same on both the phones, so not a huge difference if I would say. But again, it was worth mentioning that it's not the Super AMOLED, the regular one, but a Super AMOLED Plus on the Galaxy S10 Lite. And the main one is the processor, where the S10 Lite is going to be a much more powerful one with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 compared to the Qualcomm Snapdragon 730 on the Galaxy A71. And with the security options, the same. It's the under display optical fingerprint scanner on both the phones, and there's face unlock as well. And with the cameras now, it's going to be triple camera combination on the Galaxy S10 Lite. It's going to be quad one on the A71. Surprisingly, 4 cameras on the A series, and the S10 Lite has chosen to come with 3. So what are those cameras? Firstly, with the S10 Lite, it's going to be a 48 megapixel camera as the primary one. Then there's a 12 megapixel wide angle camera and a 5 megapixel macro lens. So these are the 3 cameras coming on the S10 Lite, while on the other side, the Galaxy A71 is going to come with 4, of which the first one is a 64 megapixel sensor, the Samsung's GW1 sensor, and that's quite a good thing because that sensor, it's not about the megapixel count here. That sensor was capable to do quite a good stuff on the phones like the Redmi Note 8 Pro as well. So the camera is not bad at all. Along with that, there's a 12 megapixel wide angle camera, 5 megapixel depth sensor, and 5 megapixel macro lens camera as well. So the macro and the wide angle cameras are not going anywhere, but Samsung has added a depth sensor. I'm not sure if it is going to really help, because in the end, if you look at the options, even though there's a dedicated depth sensor, the A71 doesn't have that live video bokeh which is present on the S10 Lite. So the S10 Lite still has that option where you can capture a video and have a person focus, everything in the background to be blurred. So that is present on the S10 Lite, though there's not a dedicated depth sensor there. So there lies a difference. A quad camera setup, though not as good as the S10 Lite when we talk about the features. And also the super steady OIS is what the S10 Lite is going to come with. OIS, I guess it's still a name and not something that is optically given there. There's surely not no OIS given there. It's something that takes part of advantage of the software as well and the gyroscope to make it super steady shot. And that feature, although is advertised more on the S10 Lite, it's still present on the A71 as well. So we saw the videos to be almost the same when we talk about the shakiness and the control of that. So there's no difference in that way. And with the selfie camera, 32 megapixel selfie camera on both of the phones with the f2.2 aperture, so no difference there. Even the size of the camera there on the front, which is a punch hole kind of one, where the company calls it the Infinity O display. So no difference there as well. And with the battery, it's a 4500 mAh battery with the fast charging support on both the phones. And with the UI as well, it's the Android 10 based One UI 2.0 with almost the same features. So the major differences between the two phones would be the display technology, obviously, then the processor, where the S10 Lite is going to be a much better one, with a camera combination where it's going to be a balance. Better camera setup, I would say, is on the A71, but in the end, some options given are better on the Galaxy S10 Lite, and otherwise everything else is almost the same on these two phones. So it would be really interesting to see which phone is going to be a better choice based on the price in the end. So we'll be waiting for these phones to launch in India, and then we'll see which one is going to be a better choice. And so far, I would say the S10 Lite is still a better phone, although it might be priced higher. And the A71, if you're someone who likes the heavier resolution captures like the 64MP ones, it's going to be on the A71. So that's it in this comparison. I hope you like this video. If you do, share and subscribe to Gizmo for more. Thanks for watching. and see you next video.